The Senate will now have before it for final consideration Senate Resolution number 118. The Secretary will read the resolution.
In the Senate, Senate Resolution 118 by State Affairs Committee, a Senate resolution stating findings of the Senate and proposing the creation of a state plan for kinship caregivers in order to provide
Mr. President.
Senator Wintrow.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that further reading of Senate Resolution 118 be dispensed with, and the journals show that it's been read at length.
Is there an objection? Hearing none, so ordered.
Mr. President, I move the adoption of Senate Resolution 118. Okay, go for it. Oh, wait.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
Moved and seconded that the Senate adopt Senate Resolution number 118. Senator Wintrow, you're recognized to open debate on your motion to adopt.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm so happy to have so much support for the resolution, and it really is a heartfelt resolution. This is about recognizing the importance of caregiving in our state as well, really most importantly, the caregiving done by kin. This is about kinship caregiving. The resolution itself is really an encouragement that we support the efforts of the Idaho Caregiver Alliance to develop a state plan for kinship caregivers and recommendations to increase public awareness and resources and connections. As you see on your desk, there's a fact sheet I'm going to reference here in a moment, but it has a lot of the information of how many kin are giving care in our state. The Idaho Caregiver Alliance was established in 2012 under a national respite grant that's run through the Commission on Aging, Idaho's Commission on Aging. And you may have some familiarity with this organization because they were instrumental in the development of the 2012 State Plan for Alzheimer's disease and related dementia. And they've implemented many statewide needs assessments and used findings to guide our local and state policy making. They were instrumental in that ADRD organization and office that we created to help people with dementia and Alzheimer's in our state, and has been really thriving. What's really important is that in the past couple years, they've been engaged in the Idaho Bridging System for Kinship Families Initiative. And this initiative, facilitated by the Grand Families and Kinship Support Network, has been led by the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare to strengthen that collaboration across government systems, community systems, and these kinship families. And you can see on the sheet in Idaho Grand Families data. It's pretty phenomenal. 43,000 children living in homes where a relative is the head of household. 9,000 children being raised by kin with no parent present, 485 children in foster care being raised by kin, and you see on the side over 10,000 grandparents responsible for grandchildren in Idaho. So for every one child raised by kin in foster care, there are 18 being raised by kin outside of foster care, which we know strengthens family relationships, that foundation, as well as a great cost reduction in our state to keep those kids out of foster care. So basically, this plan would support systems for kinship caregiving across the state, really bring stakeholders together to create a good plan and continue that collaboration that they've done. So really, this is a very positive, family-oriented resolution that I hope you will support. Mr. President, debate is open.
Is there further debate? Hearing none, Senator Wintrow, you have the floor to close the debate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Senators. Debate is closed.
Debate is closed. The question before the Senate is, shall the resolution be adopted? All in favor of adopting the resolution signify by saying aye. Aye. If you're opposed, signify by saying nay. The ayes have it. Then the resolution has been adopted and will be retained in the office of the Secretary.